Hi everyone, Christoph here. Anyway, welcome back to Bonsai Expression. So, a while back, 12 months ago actually, just over the winter, going into winter actually, I got about 8 Japanese maples for about 15p each from the local supermarket. Anyway, I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 left over. And tell you what, one in particular is really looking good, and I want to show it you. I'll show you the others in another video. I'll do them all. In fact, I think I've already done a video in regards to all of them, but one in particular I want to show you is looking really good. It's come along in development. So look at this, everything's nice and twiggy. I'll get you on the bench so you can have a proper look, but I mean, I've repotted her and I've given her a basic trim over the last 12 months and she's coming along nicely. In fact, she's doing really well, so well in fact, look at the roots. I need to do a repot already. So they came in these tiny little pots and I did a basic trim in the spring and got the root system out all vertical, horizontal, I should know that, horizontal, and as I say, I think 4 or 5 survived out of like 8 or 9 that I bought 15p each, and this is probably the better out of a lot of them. I've got a few more that I'll do a full video on and we'll work on, but this one I just want to give a basic trim and just show you what you can get from maples, cheap as chips from your local supermarket. And as I say, I'm on the same video as the oak, by the way, it's called. So the story behind it was, I was just doing my local shop and they were been fried. No, it was middle of summer actually, it wasn't the winter, so I've had them about 18 months. I went in at the end of the evening after work to do a bit of a shop, and all these maples had been fried by the sun, so they had them on offer for 15p each. So I just picked the lot up, and all I did was look after them, water them, give them the shade, and they come back. And I've just been trimming them, and then I did some root work in the spring, and I'll show you exactly what it looks like. Give it a little trim up now. But I'm really made up with this one. This one's doing really well, so yeah, come and take a look at it. Yeah, I'm quite happy with this one. So let's get you in here. So as you can see, when I repotted it, I just put it in a basic pot. But for 15p, so I've got you on handheld, for 15p, she's thickened up quite well. So basically it was a stick in a pot, no thicker than probably this branch here when I got her. So in 18 months, she's doing quite well. So here we go, let's get out a little bit. But you can see how twiggy I've managed to get everything. So everything is just developing really well in all the right places. Now I'm not sure which one this is. This might be Orange Dream, but yeah, I don't know which one it is, but I'm not bothered. I just think, look at it, everything's in the right places already. There's just the odd one, like this one, that just needs removing. Everything's coming out correctly. I've got it to manage to split into 2. 2 again. 2 again, nice close. This one here just needs bringing back to here. But everything, in such a short amount of time, I've managed to bring, again, look down here, everything's just coming along really well. So my only issue, I wouldn't even say major issue, is I've got the main trunk here, splits off into 2, comes up, splits off into 2 here, but as you can see it's the same length, splits off into 2. So maybe he's a little bit tall here, and then splits off and then goes up here. Probably want to reduce it maybe to here and maybe reduce it here for now. Yeah, and then this side I think I'm going to be reducing. So I've got this section here that splits off, and then I just want to remove this whole sort of top section. I'm just going to remove it and cut it back here. So yeah, nothing major to be done to it. Possibly, if you want to be completely honest, that's maybe too long. I'm not even sure I'm going to be sticking with that one in the long term, but for now I will be leaving it. So yeah, I just think I'm so made up with this one so far. So I'm just going to get my snips. I'm just going to, as I say, I'm just going to take this branch out because it's just not doing anything for me. And I just want to clean up some of these old stubs as well. So just there. I'll say this section here, I'm just going to remove that completely. And just remember, when you're doing your maples, when you do your cut, always leave a stub for dieback. This section, if I can just, these two are very, very close together. So we are just going to remove one, and then you've got one coming out here as well that isn't needed. So let's take that off. Now these two are very close together, so what do we do about it? Answer is I'm going to remove them both and cut back to there and allow that to sprout with 2 new buds. So we've got 2 buds there, they will pop. Going to remove this one as well. It's not doing anything for me, it's not part of the design, don't want that. I'm just going to clean this little section up here. Just here. I'm going to pull that back. As you can see where it splits, I've also got a little growth here in the wrong direction. We're going to remove that. This section here grows far too long, so again I'm going to pull that back to there. Now the decision, what do we do with this long section here? Essentially we have 2 leaders. That tapers to the left, so do we allow this to taper to the right, have that as a leader, or do we, let's take a step back and have a look at it properly. I think we need to decide on a front really. Once we decide on a front, we can actually make a decision. Big cut. Let's take this big one off here. Just there. For now. We could even bring it back further and develop this as our leader. That could potentially be our front right there. If I just put you there. So if we had that as our front, which would be to you, there. So that's where we're looking. This branch potentially too far out. And I know we've got the twigging, but for the best, I'm going to bring it right back. To there. Hopefully develop 2 new sprouts there. For the time being, that's what we're going to do. I mean, we could reduce it again. But for now, I'm just going to leave as is. And see where we go. Just remember, we've still got plenty of growing to do as well. We still want to thicken it up, so we don't want to go too short. Because if we've reduced the height, we're forcing the growth. We want to thicken this up as well as develop. So it's a fine balancing act. So for now, we're doing both. So if we take the top off, it restricts what we're going to be doing in terms of thickening it. So I think we're going to do a fine balancing act by leaving the top, because in future we could always come back and cut down, and we could even potentially cut here and have this as our leader, which I think would make sense in the future. That would be our leader here, so we would chop right there, because everything else is in place for it. Or even this one here. But yeah, because for now it is too high. Oh no. I don't know. Do I cut it back a little bit? Oh, the decisions, the decisions, the decisions. See, I feel like it looks worse on camera. I'm going to do it. Cutting the top off. You ready? There we go. I feel like we should cut down here though, but I want to leave it for now. Because this tree is so twiggy as well, naturally. Oh, I can't wait to see how it develops in the future. I mean, just look how twiggy it's getting. It's so young. So I feel like this tree is going to be one for the future. I mean, yes. Nice little twigging already. Possibly maybe a little bit too tall at the moment, but it's got the bones there, bone structure already. Maybe a bit of wiring. I don't really like using wires on maples, but it's all there. And as I say, just look at how twiggy this maple is already, and it's so young. So we're going to leave that now until spring, let that pop out, and as I say, just like the oak, that's going in the polytunnel with all the others. So in the next video I will be working on the rest of those 15p maples. Now there's 3-4 more to be working on, so I'll show you those, and as I say, they're all looking really well, and we'll be doing repots on them all in the spring, I think. By the looks of them, they are all here. By the looks of them, they are looking out really well, and they've all got, as I say, quite good twigging, and they're all good. They're all looking really good in development. So yeah, we're doing all right with them, and this one particularly, this one's my favourite so far. So yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited to see what the spring brings. Anyways, if you're enjoying this so far, please give me a thumbs up, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe for more content. Anyways, I've got to go. I'm freezing. It's time to get indoors and have a look at my tropicals, see how they're doing. So I'll see you next week, everyone, and yeah, thanks for checking us out. Bye everyone.